I really want to start with a sincere congrats. I really enjoyed this movie. I thought Francis did a great job with it. Is it a little weird for all three of you? Is it a little weird signing on to something when you know there's going to be so much VFX and you're not exactly sure how it's all going to turn out? Or do you sort of have like, oh, Francis Lawrence knows what he's doing, this is going to be great?
The latter.
The former.
Oh, well, I was in the middle then. I read it and I loved the story, and I was just like, you know what? This is going to be great. I just want to be in it anyways, an experience. And I was, I expected a lot, but I was so happy, and more than my imagination could imagine is how it looks. Yeah. I couldn't have imagined it to look as incredible as it does.
It really is. I mean, visually,
Yeah.
it is absolutely stunning. I couldn't believe it when I watched it with my wife a few weeks ago in the screening room, and we just kept going, oh my God. I'm taking it on in a what do you call it? In an honest way. I wasn't so much worried about the CG stuff because I'm the only one that's really in the non-dream world. I was like, as long as I'm there and the table is the table, we're all good. And I feel like the table was the table.
Yep.
They nailed that.
Yeah, it's that's right, because the visual effects are earned by the storyline, and that's what you're looking for and hoping for when you choose a film like this.
Yeah.
And it happened.
Exceeded expectations.
Yes.
I was talking to Francis about this. I don't know if you realize, but like the VFX industry is kind of effed right now. There's a lot of things that are behind the scenes, and so it's a miracle that the visual effects in this look as good as they do.
I didn't know that. That's interesting.
No, that is. I'd like to hear that story.
Oh, I can just tell you a lot of directors I know that are waiting on VFX shots, and Francis even said they had a lot of issues on this movie getting the VFX done. But I won't waste your time with all of it, but you can ask Francis about it. So,
it's an extraordinary job that they've done.
Yeah.
No, I agree. For all three of you, is it nice to be in something, and maybe this is the reason you signed on, but is it nice to be in something that the entire family can watch, like every one of your relatives, you can sit around and, share this with them?
Yes.
Definitely for me as well. Did I cut you off? I'm so sorry.
That's I used one word.
I've got a 6-year-old niece, and the whole time I was doing this, I could not wait to see her watch this and see me in this, and something she can enjoy and, tell her friends, that's my auntie. So that was a real driving force for me. And she is, the person I'm most excited to see and see what her reaction is, to see if she respects me or not. So I'll let you know if she respects me or not after this.
Yeah, and I'm the same. I've got a 7 and a 5-year-old, so it's going to be it's definitely going to get a lot of play in our house, and it's a proper little adventure. There's a treasure map. How many movies have a treasure map in them anymore? It's got that real kind of Goonies labyrinth feel, and I'm kind of excited to pass on that kind of storytelling to my kids.
Yeah, something I also really appreciated about the script is that it doesn't talk down to kids, treats kids with a lot of respect. Can you sort of talk about that aspect, that this is not watering it down?
It's a smart script. On the outside of it all, it deals with a serious issue of grief and loss and what have you, but it's wrapped up in this story, and I think for young children, they're able to if they've gone through some grief or whatever, they're able to see some expression of it in a film like this, which is why we all go to films. We all have grief, and we all have thoughts of this and ways we've dealt with it, and so everyone can relate to what this film's. It's a human story like that. It just happens to be wrapped up in a great adventure with treasure maps and Jason Momoa running around with horns and sharp teeth and all the rest of it, and it's just all around a great story.
And she's
active. Well done.
She's grieving. She's what she's doing. She's active in this kind of adventure. She's not only the protagonist. She is also the action herself. Everything that happens, this awful thing happens to her at the beginning, but then henceforth she is driving the plot forward, which is so exciting. And that's kind of, I think, what you mean when you say this is from the point of view from the child. You want them to be the protagonist.
For all three of you, for soon-to-be fans of this movie, is there anything that you think they would be surprised to learn about the actual making of the film?
I don't know. I had to go through 2 quarantines. This was shot during the height of the It was tough.
pandemic.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
We weren't allowed to meet each other.
Yeah.
That was strange. So I didn't meet Jason until the last day of the shoot. And I didn't meet you guys until after.
I've never
Yeah.
met Jason.
Yeah, really?
No.
It's wild, huh?
I met the pig before I met Jason. Yeah.
Yeah. How was the pig?
Nice.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I did not hear that about the pig. I actually heard
Yeah.
the pig was a diva.
When I met him, he was pretty smoked.
Well, I met him at the beginning of shooting, so the stuff about him not coming out of the trailer. and
That's a
everything
lie.
After lunch,
That
didn't
was
happen until after I was
fine.
gone.
That was fine. He
Right.
tried out, didn't he?
For all three of you, another one. If someone is, this is going to be a curveball. If someone has actually never seen anything that you've done before, what is the first thing you'd like them watching and why?
I'm going to go with Moon Boy, just because I wrote it, so it's probably more about me than anything else.
I'm gonna go with this, Slumberland.
Yeah.
Slumberland is a great introductory film for anyone who wants to see any of my work, and then you can do what you want afterwards.
I don't want anyone to see any of my work. I like people to like me.
Oh, get out
Oh, well, say.
I'd start with Bloodline, except for move on to Predator.
I'm curious, what is Francis actually like on set? Because I'm always curious how a director likes to direct actors. Is he giving you, when he wants something, like a few words? Is he pulling you aside and having a full-on conversation? What was he actually like to work with?
Speaking for myself, it was a friendly, collaborative relationship where you were playing together, and it was a safe atmosphere too. It's nice for actors to feel safe with a competent director and a very good director. But so it was a great atmosphere.
Yeah, and I think he spoke when he felt he needed things to be put across rather than just to fill the silence.
Yeah, I feel he let me do what I wanted to do, and I always appreciate a director who does that, who gives me the freedom to explore the character for myself. And then he just come and say a few words, say, do you want to try it this way? Shall we try it this way? So it wasn't more of a demand, but more of a discussion, and if I was happy to do that. And most of the time I was, because I completely trusted him. But I did enjoy that he let me do my own thing with it, and then added a little bit of paprika and salt and some seasoning on it. I love it.
Of course, that was when he wasn't having temper tantrums, yelling at
the
us.
flamethrower was surprising, wasn't it?
Yeah, the casserole.
He did.
Good guy.
On that note, I need to stop. I'm just going to say congrats on being part of it. I know this is going to be a big hit for people. Congrats and have a fantastic day.
Thank you very much.